Hey everyone, welcome to another vlog in my digital nomading series. Today's day 4. I'm going to try and keep on doing these every single day even while I'm traveling. But if I do miss a couple of days, I ask for forgiveness in advance. Today I wanted to kind of speak to you guys about how the more you let go and you surrender to the plan that the universe has for you, the faster things happen. It's really interesting to me. When I first quit my job and I started my business, I was doing a lot of work, and I would work for a lot of hours. And I would get up at 6 a.m. I'd work all the way from when I woke up. In between, like I would have meals in between, but I'd work all the way from 6 a.m. usually till 8 or 9 p.m. doing things, mostly busy work. I feel when I think about it now. But I felt accomplished. And if I didn't spend the whole day working, doing things, accomplishing things as they call it, I felt like I was not taking advantage of this opportunity I had to quit my job and start my own business. I was so lucky, and I'm still so lucky, to have this opportunity. But I felt like if I wasn't working, 10, 15, 20 hours a day, sleeping for maybe 7 or 8, and then working the rest of the time, not meeting up with friends, not doing anything else, not seeing family, not going to yoga, not doing anything else but just working. I felt like if I wasn't doing that, and I wasn't really going to be successful. And I know this is the kind of mentality a lot of entrepreneurs have, especially when they first get started, because they're afraid. And I was afraid too. I was afraid that I had, made the wrong decision. I was afraid that if I did this and I wasn't successful, then I would be a complete failure in everyone's eyes, and I would have to crawl back into a hole and all of those things. Now the business and my self-esteem isn't so closely associated with each other. So if it's not going to happen, but if it does fail, well, which it won't, because I'm going to keep on working at it. But if there is a form of failure associated with my business right now, I would not be affected by it as much. My self-esteem is firmly within me, and it's not associated with the success or failure of my business or all of my different ventures that I'm taking on. In the beginning, though, obviously my self-esteem was completely associated with this decision I had made, and I wanted to prove to everyone who had said that I wouldn't succeed or that I was making a bad decision that no, I'm making the right decision. I'm doing this for a reason, and I'm going to succeed, and fooey to you kind of thing, right? So I did it, and I worked really hard at it. I was extremely diligent, but I was spending a lot of time working and not really spending any time in silence or doing creative work or sitting and brainstorming. I wasn't strategizing. I was just doing. I was just doing things haphazardly without even thinking about it. I did this because someone else was doing it. I started doing this because someone else was doing it. I started on Snapchat because someone told me that would be a good idea. And then I started going on Periscope because someone told me. I didn't really think about how all of these things would affect, first of all, my energy level and my willpower, which is the most important thing. Energy management is the most important thing that you can do for an entrepreneur. You have a limited amount of time, you have a limited amount of energy. You need to realize that you need to spend your energy and time on items that are going to be the most useful to you in your business. And for different people and different businesses, it's going to be different things. For me, doing these videos is energizing. I love speaking to the camera. I love speaking to you guys through this medium. And I could do this all day long without feeling as tired. But if you ask me to go to a live event, maybe then I would feel extremely exhausted, and I have a really hard time conserving my energy because I give away a lot of it as an INFJ in live events. So I know what works for me, and I'm going to do a lot of that, and that is what I should focus my energy on and my time. And so energy management was something that I learned really early on, is that I need to stop running around like a crazy person doing all of the different things that everyone else is doing because I think I should be doing it. Every single time you start using the word should, you really need to perk up and figure out, is this actually a should, or am I just making up stuff to make myself feel guilty? So eliminate the word should from your dictionary. Just think about, and as soon as you start using the word should, think about, why are you thinking this way? What is propelling you or compelling you to think that way? So I believed that I should be going and doing all of these different things, and I got really distracted, and I did a lot of different things It's wasting my time basically, right? What I've done recently, very recently, is that I've started cutting down on the number of hours I work in a day. Not necessarily saying that I'm not working in the rest of those hours, but the work that I do, the writing, the content production, these videos that I create, social media, all of that stuff is delegated to a certain amount of time in my day, usually the mornings, because that's when I feel I'm most productive. And then the rest of the day I spend in silence and meditation, in journaling, in reading, brainstorming, strategizing, thinking, just being by myself, thinking, doing things, right? So I'm still working on my business, but I'm doing it in such a different manner where I feel like actually I'm accomplishing more nowadays, where I spend half my day actually in silence and or in that kind of strategizing mode where I'm just sitting and thinking and wondering, where do I want my business to go? What do I want from life? What am I looking for? Why am I doing this? Actually thinking about the whys and the whats and the hows rather than just focusing on the how, which is what I did in the beginning, right? Just focusing on, okay, these are the tools I'm going to get. This is what I'm going to do. This is the social media network I'm going to go on, etc. So all the doing, but not thinking why. How is this going to help my strategy? What am I looking for exactly for my business? Why did I start this business? What's the purpose of it? What is it going to manifest for me? Why am I doing this? Why did I leave my corporate job to start this thing on my own? What is it going to give me? Or what do I think it's going to give me? Why am I doing this, right? So again and again, asking yourself, why? What is it? What's the purpose of each step that I'm taking? In the previous mode of working, I didn't do it that way. And I wasted a lot of time on things that were completely useless for my niche, for my business, for my ideal life. It wouldn't have helped me at all. It wasn't what I was searching for. It wasn't something that would have helped propel me to the goals that I want to achieve, right? Location independence, time freedom, the ability to do what I want, where I want, when I want, with whom I want, basically. So a lot of things are not going to align with that, and so I have to give those up. But if I don't know exactly what my why is, and if I don't keep on asking that question, then I'm going to keep on getting confused, and I'm not going to do the things I need to do in the right way that I'm supposed to be doing them, right? So now that I'm spending so much time just sitting, thinking, relaxing, taking care of myself, self-care is so important. I always forget that. Taking the time to be luxurious about things, walking around the city, just relaxing, chilling as much as possible, letting my creative mind come up with the answers rather than me pushing and pushing and pushing, trying to get the answers, grasping at the answers, holding on to the answers. And I found that the minute I let go and I surrendered and I let go to this kind of way of doing things come at me so much faster. Previously, when I was not doing it this way, I had to really work at getting podcast interviews or guest post opportunities, things like that. And I was really struggling with it. As soon as I let go, people came to me, they started coming to me, asking me to be a guest on their podcast or to blog for them. So it kind of turns from a pushing and way to a pulling. You're letting things come to you rather than you're pushing things to happen. Right? Pushing is a very strenuous activity. It takes more energy. It takes more mental energy, physical energy. It's tiring. It's exhausting. Pulling, where you just let go and let things come to you, is a very easy activity. It's much easier on your body, on your soul, your spirit, your mind. It's not exhausting. You're able to relax into it. You don't feel, that you're straining at anything. You're just letting it happen as it happens. And more important than that is that these things that you're able to pull towards you, that they're exactly what you're supposed to be doing because the universe is basically sending those items to you, right? So it's not something that you're doing because you think in your intellectual mind that you're supposed to do it, right? Your mind isn't telling you to do it. You're doing it because your spirit, your soul, the universe, collective consciousness is telling you this is the best step for you to take. It's basically like God is right beside you and telling you, okay, this is the thing you should do next. And you're like, all right, cool, I'm going to do it. And because you know that it is God or the universe or whatever you want to call that spirit that's telling you to do this, you know that it's the right step, right? I mean, if you really think about it, I don't know what your image of God or the universe is in your mind, if it's a paternal kind of stern individual who's just looking for good or bad or whatever it might be. But if that individual or that spirit could come down to earth and sit down next to you and tell you what you should be doing with your life, wouldn't you listen? And so that's basically what your intuition, your source, or whatever you want to call it, what that gut feeling when it comes to you, when things just happen, when synchronicity happens, when random coincidences happen, all of that is a sign that you're living in the present moment, and the present moment is trying to help you achieve your goals. Your source is trying to help you achieve whatever you want to achieve with your life. And it wants to make it easy for you. I've said this over and over again. The universe is on your side. It's right beside you. You know, guardian angel is right there. And she or he is telling you, go and do this. Or go talk to this person. Or go message this person. Or whatever it might be. And as soon as you do it, it's going to lead you onto this path that's going to lead to where you want to go. Or sometimes it'll lead you to a path that is the best path for you, but you didn't even realize that it was what you're supposed to be doing, right? So I want you to realize that surrendering and letting go is one of the best things you can do for your business. And I know it's so counterintuitive to all of the different things out there telling us to hustle, you know, do as much as possible, really, really, really push at things, you know. And you can do that as well for part of your time, you know, part of your day. And it's totally fine. Do it for whatever you need to do. You know, don't move around so much. But for part of your day, you can be as, you know, strenuous as possible. That's what I do. For the beginning of my day, I'm extremely pushy. I'm asking people, doing things, right? But for part of your day, try to bring things into you through the power of just letting go, just surrendering, you know, just being here, present to the moment, present to all of the signs and signals that the universe is sending towards you. So I hope that this video helps you. It's just my own musings on what I've noticed in my life. I want to share these musings with you, share this knowledge with you, share as much as possible with you, just because I feel like it would be useful to you. And I find it extremely useful to kind of say all of these words out loud, and it reinforces all of these words into me, because I'm a visual and auditory person. If you guys have any feedback as well, you know, let me know. I am always here to listen. My name is Shikha, and if you guys are interested, you can join my free Facebook group, The Millionaire Hippie. If not, I'll talk to you guys next time around for day 5, I believe. If not day 5, then whenever you guys are able to come and check my page out, it's totally fine. Until then, have an amazing day, amazing night, amazing week, amazing month. Bye for now.